Good morning, YouTube family. Very good morning, subscribers, drivers all around the world. No matter whether you're a rideshare driver, taxi driver, limo driver, bus driver, any driver out there, I wish you a great day. So first, before I start off, my heart goes out to Ride with Peterson. I hope you get better, my friend. Apparently, so he says on his latest video, he just had a stroke or a mild stroke. Was asking all drivers to go out and check your blood pressure. And I can only encourage that, right? Because we sit there, we eat a lot of bad food. We don't get much exercise in. So these type of things are extremely important, that you do your daily exercise, you watch your eating habits. I don't want him to surrender. I don't want him to talk like he has surrendered. I was a little worried about the tone of his voice, that he's pretty much given up. And I'm asking you, Ride with Peterson, Ulanse Peterson, to rise up. I know it's easy to say that, but it's all here, right? Don't let this get you down. We'll support you. We're praying for you. I met Peterson at Kevin's pizza party, became friends. Ulanse Peterson reached out to me and said, Torsten, please, can you help me out with an SUV? Within literally 24 hours, I got him an SUV. He drove that for a long time, and then he said, hey, I would rather downsize to X. Can you get me a Toyota Prius? I immediately got him a Toyota Prius, myself and my partner. And at some point, I know that he had a bad accident in LA. And then weeks later, he just announced that he had a stroke. So we're praying for you. Hope you pull through this. Stay strong, brother. Alan Smith says, afternoon, Professor, our prayers for Peterson. Yeah, this is a rideshare community that takes care of each other. We'll support you. Rise out of this, right? Rise beyond this. You can be very, very lucky this was not a hardcore stroke where you were completely paralyzed. It's like he says, half of his body feels numb, right? But he can still talk. He can obviously still, I guess, I'm not sure, maybe he can operate a car. But just start walking, get your system going. Walking is great. Later on, make some progress towards one of those, bikes, do a little bit of cycling, and get the system going. That's the best you can do for that right now, right? Just very, very mild exercise, but walking is good. And this is a big wake-up call to all of us, because our health is number one. And if we look at the times, coronavirus, our health is number one. We shouldn't be going out there. So to you, brother, I hope you do well. The topic for today, Uber is now asking drivers to make delivery runs between rides. This is a sign of a desperate company, because they can see that drivers are filing employment, leaving the ship, leaving the Titanic, right? And are fed up, just absolutely fed up with Uber. They've done nothing for them during these times. They haven't supplied sanitizers. They haven't supplied any kits. Uber's done nothing. In fact, they've pushed the blame and asked, Congress, etc., to bail them out. But what Uber has done for you is basically zero. Your leader, Dara Kay, the famous leader, has done nothing. So here they are. Everybody's leaving the ship. A lot of people are filing for unemployment. I've made tons of videos about that last week. And I can see that this article here by the Uber chief, his name is Pierre-Dimitri Gore-Coty. This is a desperate, desperate plea saying, hey, between these trips or whatever, hey, come on Uber Eats, do Uber Eats, right? They can see the people leaving for Instacart. They can see the people leaving for DoorDash, for Postmates. Not many people, once you've had this really, really bad experience with Uber, I've had it, I'm sure you've had it, it's tough to sign up with Uber Eats. It's really tough to keep on supporting such a company, right? When you cut your ties and you've done, I would say try something out, something different. And right now, it looks like, a lot of people are heading the Instacart route. Instacart is killing it. They're signing up so many people, and then the pay is good there, right? So if you, Happy Diaz, you said you made $40 in 6 hours. Is that on Uber or with Uber Eats? I'd like to know. Oh, Berry Web Solutions, DoorDash supplied sanitizers, gloves. Wow. You see, Uber did nothing. So DoorDash one-upped Uber Eats right there. And all I'm saying is people are so, I read hundreds and hundreds of messages every day. People are sick and tired. They're throwing up just by hearing this word Uber, right? So why would they sign up with Uber Eats? Why would you say, okay, once bitten, twice shy? You go and try out something else. So I'm glad that DoorDash is actually delivering. Thank you very much, DoorDash. Thank you for handing out sanitizers. Thank you for handing out gloves. Lots and lots of promises by the CEO that we would be getting these sanitizers, we'd be getting the help. Nothing. In fact, they haven't created any bailout package for us. They haven't set anything aside from that $10 billion. Nothing. Zero. They've said to Congress, go and bail them out. Diversion. This is what this company is about. And I can tell you, my friends, this guy here is desperate. This Pierre-Dimitri Gore-Coty, this is desperation, pure desperation. And by the way, this fool was arrested in Europe in 2015 by the police, along with the other Uber Europe. I was reading the French articles of them being arrested in Europe, both of those guys. So he has a bit of a shady past there, right? And now he's like, please, buddy, you're weak and you don't deserve our help. You've never been there for us, Pierre. So why should we come and rescue you now? I say, go down with the ship. Let him remain on the Titanic, all smart drivers. You got to leave, right? Get out of this situation. Get out of Uber. Go to a company that takes care of you. Try and find a job. Try and find someone that'll pay you the minimum wages, at least the minimum wages or more than the minimum wages, give you the benefits, health care, sick leave. You can see that in these times, those are the things we've been rallying for in 2018. We had no idea. No one had an idea that this COVID-19 thing would be on the horizon. And here we are without all that help and support. So I don't think he deserves our help. I don't think he deserves the rescuers, us. We need to make smart moves. And that is you go and file your unemployment, right, for 4 months. You get an additional $600 per week, up to 4 months. I shared with you the videos where you can file all 50 states. That video has already over 4,000 views, so people are using it. People are sharing good news. And again, if they can't immediately resolve things in your state, there are phone numbers. Ask them, right? They're changing right now. So sometimes you have to be a little bit patient, maybe wait another 72 hours. They're changing a lot of their things on their website right now. This is a very, very challenging time. April Dutton says, I have been getting better tips on Uber Eats the past few weeks. Well, I'm happy for you, April. That's good, right? But I'm not buying into this. I'm not supporting a company that has done nothing for us, right? And my attitude towards Uber, once bitten, twice shy. I see the people signing up with Instacart. I see the people signing up with Postmates. Why would you, in your wildest dreams, support a company that has never, ever been there for you and in the most difficult, challenging times has left you in the dark? That's the message I sent to Pierre-Dimitri Gore-Coty. Interesting name, by the way. So in these scary, lonely times, delivery, be it groceries, made-to-order food, or household essentials, is seeing far more demand than usual. Now, in a move ostensibly intended to help its drivers, I would say to help its company, find new ways to earn, Uber is asking them to make food deliveries for its courier service, Uber Eats. So they realize that that pond has completely dried up. No one driving, rightfully so. And now they're like, oh, please jump on Uber Eats. John Tabaskia, I'm with you 150% on this. This is why I made the video. He says Uber deserves no help from any of us. They haven't been there for us, right? They had that golden opportunity in 2018 and 2019 to turn things around. Myself, as one of the YouTubers, when I was still half foot in, half foot out, I was appealing to Uber. I was making video after video. Build bridges. A lot of my videos were about building bridges, try and get the respect back, try and get the integrity back. They made 0.0 efforts in 2018 and 2019. And then in 2020, when the most challenging situation came up, they left us high and dry, out in the dark. Promises, no deliveries. Promises, no deliveries, more promises, no deliveries, more and more promises, no deliveries. So why in my right mind would I still support a guy like Pierre-Dimitri, right? When there's option, just out of pure principle, I would go with the opposition, Instacart. Dustin has already said it. Instacart is killing Uber and Uber Eats. So, I say stick it to them. I'm bringing the fight to them. I don't know about you guys. You know where I stand right now. I said I had 1 foot in, 1 foot out. What today? I'm just being honest with you. Both my feet are out. Okay? Both are out. So HTX dude says, I can't believe people are still driving for these criminal companies. Exactly. And then who knows what activities? I mean, why was this fool arrested by the police in 2015? Why does a company hire someone that was arrested by the police in 2015? Two people, the Uber head of Europe and the head of France. They were both arrested by the police. Why does Uber still continue hiring thugs, right? I think it's a valid question. I'm asking. I tweeted this Pierre-Dimitri dude this morning, and I asked him, right? I asked him flat out. Every day, I'm adding their names in the tweets. I'm directly appealing to these guys, challenging them to make some changes. Ronald Maybury, great Friday. Yeah, we're gonna get through this, my friends. Hopefully in 3 or 4 weeks. Yesterday we surpassed we're the country with the highest coronavirus numbers. We surpassed China. We surpassed other countries. We're numero uno. Nothing to be proud of. But if you look across the US map and you see, wow, boom, East Coast hit hard. We pray for the people on the East Coast. There's a big blob of dark red there, right? Huge number of infections. We pray, we support you, we send you love and light from the West Coast, from everywhere, all around the United States, from all around the world. People are supporting each other, right? And all I can say is always think what you touch, right? Always think your movements, who you're around, keep your distance, right? As much as possible, stay indoors. Every now and again, maybe go out for a little walk. Don't be around people, and buy time, buy another day, until maybe 2-3 months are past. And this shall too pass, my friends, right? We will get through this together. Now, in a blog published to its site this week, Uber Eats chief Pierre-Dimitri Gore-Coty announced that drivers in more than a dozen cities in the United States have been given an option. Oh, we've given you an option to toggle in app between making deliveries and providing pick-up drop-offs, even in the event that they have never driven for Uber Eats in the past. This is being framed as an opportunity. Well, listen to their wording. This is being framed as an opportunity for drivers to make more money, but more clearly, what's going on here is that Uber is doing what's best for Uber's bottom line. Thank you for having the balls. I don't know if this is a female that wrote this. If it's a male, thank you for having the balls to say that. But more clearly, what's going on here is that Uber is doing what's best for Uber's bottom line, not necessarily those of its drivers. Thank you. That one line there, right? That one there, that makes the whole article, what I've highlighted blue. And I'm going to leave the link for you so you can read it. That one article represents the truth, right? That is what this article is about. Nash, Brooklyn's in the house. Thank you for the insights. Nash, thank you for being here. Alan Winston, hi, Uber is run by a bunch of spoiled children. They're more than spoiled kids, man. Flipped it over, says then you shop for 4 hours and only get $20 after it listed $46. Yeah, they're all taking the bulk of the money right now. Flipped it over. You know, they are every one of them is finding the creative ways to give you the minimum on that food delivery. Right? They're taking this, they're taking that. Got to fight back. I mean, they are scraping desperately where they can. Remember, a company like Uber and Lyft has all these overheads, right? They have to still pay those supersonic salaries. They have to pay rent on those hundreds and hundreds of hubs, those buildings worldwide, et cetera, et cetera. So they're going to be cutting and breaking those leases on those hubs everywhere they can. They just won't, trust me. They will not make those payments on the hubs, and those landlords, those owners of those buildings will be left with a bill. Uber, knowing Uber, they are not going to pay the rents of those hubs. Mr. Ria says OSHA needs to investigate Uber for unsafe workspaces. Yes, Dennis Torres, my Long Beach City friend. I'm going to be down there in a few days. I'm going to be at 793 Redondo delivering some car parts for my Classic so that they can carry on building. So maybe we can connect 6 feet apart, my brother, and do a virtual hug or a virtual elbow bump. Yeah, sunny, but downtown Long Beach is still there. And it's a beautiful day, by the way. It's a beautiful day in California. Esmeralda Alaman, where are you from? Good question. Born in Washington, D.C., Georgetown, by birth American. Grew up in the U.S. I was in Washington, D.C., Dallas, and Florida. My father's a professor at Georgetown University, and then I moved to Europe for 17 years, South Africa for 17 years, and then I came back to the US in 2000. That's my life story. Keep those gloves on, Dennis, because we're gonna club them with a lot of uppercuts. I love those uppercuts. I love those famous Tyson uppercuts. One uppercut, boom, you'd get underneath them and you would hit them and they would drop. Lights out. Remember how fast Tyson would knock out people with his uppercuts? It's my favorite punch. I love it. And watch Dennis, watch this boy, the South African boy. Watch him climb the ranks. He's just winning everything. Watch this guy fight. Friend of mine from South Africa. Mixing it up, dude. Look at his record. He's defended his title 6 times now. And he is a master. He fights the same way as Tyson. I love it. Marijuana Puffs, man, I love that title. I don't know how you came up. You got to tell me the story how you came up with Marijuana Puffs. He says, hello, my friend. I can only say hello back to you. Ann Heiser, Safa in the house. I'm in Oceanside. How's it, my bro? Ann Heiser in the house, sending the love to Oceanside, Cali. Cool. Who else do we have? Leonardo Rivero. Teddy T in the house. Philadelphia, staying safe in the house. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for staying in the house while you're in our house. Right? So, while it's too early to say what impact the corona crisis will have on food delivery overall, we're seeing signals that people are relying on delivery services more, the blog states. The impact has varied widely, city by city and country by country, but cities like Seattle and San Francisco have seen an uptick in food delivery requests on Uber Eats recently. In the United States and Canada, we've also seen a significant increase in the number of restaurants looking to offer delivery as dine-in has been restricted, including a 10 times increase in self-signups. Now, I believe that. A lot of people are signing up with Uber Eats. I'm just asking Uber drivers, really, if you're obviously not doing, there's probably 2 or 3% maybe of drivers still out there trying to hustle some trips here and there. I would rather you be indoors and take care of yourselves. But the majority, I would say, are doing one of two things, right? They are either signing up with food deliveries. I would ask you to look at companies like Postmates and Instacart or DoorDash. I would not support the company who's left you in the dark, and that is Uber, right? And Lyft, unfortunately, doesn't have any food delivery arm. I'm sure Uber is also kicking themselves that they just before the coronavirus sold the whole India food delivery side to another company, right? They could have seen a massive influx. So they, again, another dumb move that they made, but they were desperate. They needed the money, and they were offloading a lot of their problem children. But think about joining Instacart and other things. And if you can, file for unemployment and stick it out for 4 months, right? You have paid, remember, you have paid into the system. Now allow the system to give you something back. And in 4 months' time, I truly hope and pray this is over. And then we can, we have a lot of things to choose from, right? At that moment when the economy bounces back. I also heard this morning that Boris Johnson, the UK Prime Minister, has coronavirus. We pray for him. Prince Charles in the UK has coronavirus. We pray for him. Tom Hanks and his wife, sounds like they made it through. Some of the NBA players that had coronavirus, sounds like they made it through. And I mean, these are just celebrities and people that we know. What about all the other people, the unknown factors? How many drivers have this? How many drivers have died? How many riders have this? How many riders have died? So this carelessness by this company to keep on sending you out there during those tough times, hate to say it, but these executives have blood on their hands, my friends. Reggie Anderson, if I wasn't in the military, I don't know what I would do. Uber and Lyft don't care about their partners. And Reggie, that we have in common, we've both been in the military. You know what it takes. You know what it takes. You rely on yourself. You're a fighter. You're not fearful. And Reggie's going to get through this. Reggie and his family, he's going to pull them through this, and he's going to rock and roll, my friend. You're going to rock and roll at the end of 2020 and 2021, right? But he said it. Uber and Lyft just don't care about their partners. They've put no money on the table, nothing. Remember, here's how you know what the intentions are of a company. When you go out there and your stock is falling down, you make an announcement to your investors. Not once were drivers mentioned. Not once did he say, like Jeff Bezos or so, okay, we'll put $25 million into an Amazon driver fund. Nothing. They've done nothing. They have not set a dollar of their greedy salaries aside for us, right? They have shown us who they are. Now they're crying, they're bitching, they're moaning, they're whining. Please, please, please come and sign up with Uber Eats. My name is Pierre-Dimitri. I'm begging you. I'm getting down on my knees. Fuck you, Pierre-Dimitri. That's my message to you. Needs a classic South African flatty, like we did during the rugby games. You would slap the guy so hard on his ear that they would like, ooh. Pierre needs one of those. Real nice, what we call a South African flatty, right? Boom, on the eardrum. David Dundun, but we still drive, so who's to blame? We're not driving, David. I hope you're not driving. I hope you're not carting passengers around. I truly hope you're not carting passengers around. If you're driving and doing food deliveries, you're one of the people that's thinking smart, right? If you filed for unemployment, I would say you're one of the even more smarter people. This is the time to hunker down. And you know what? I'm not promoting unemployment, but you got to get yourself into that unemployment status right now, because it's too dangerous to get out there and mingle with people and get this. Wait for 4 months. Let this pass by. Dustin is here. What's going on, Torsten and everyone? Dustin, we're ranting and raving and raging again against the machine, raging against the machine, having fun, mixing it up, handing out a couple of flatties to the Uber execs here, calling them out. I'm going to put the link for you guys here. Uber is now asking drivers to make delivery runs between rides. I would replace asking with begging. Right now, I can see they're desperate. When articles like this come out with that type of wording, that smells and reeks like desperation, my friends. In desperate times, companies do desperate things. Brian G, immediately rideshare companies should have limited the amount of passenger per each ride. They should have, right? The data was there. They didn't do it. Immediately, companies should have abolished pool 2 months ago. As the figures were climbing, they should have learned and watched the other countries and put dollars before lives. They didn't do that. They waited right till peak times where people were dropping like flies. And here we are. Number one in the United States. We're number one. We have the highest amounts of people that are who have contracted the coronavirus. I don't know if we have the highest deaths. We may have, right? But you take our population of 300 plus million people, you compare it to Russia, who has the same. Russia has very, very low numbers. You compare our numbers to India. India has over 900 million people. China has over 1.4 billion people. You compare the numbers, and our stats are staggering. They're through the roof, right? And that's because I don't think there's any true leadership. There's no like, okay, guys, we need we knew 2 months ago we need ventilators. Why are they today fighting over contracts? Today, as we speak, they're fighting over contracts. Who should get the contract for the ventilators? Who should get that $1 billion contract to create, I think it was something like 20,000 respiratory, those ventilators? They're fighting about it, right? General Motors is fighting about it. Ford is fighting about it. And the guy who's in charge, no effing clue, and I don't want to get into politics, but the guy who's in charge of assigning the contract, Jared Kushner. There it is. New York Times reported it. And again, folks, I don't want to get into politics. I just want these damn Republicans and damn Democrats to produce ventilators. You've got all the money in the world. Why the freak show are you haggling and wasting day after day when these people are dropping? Listen to Governor Andrew Cuomo. Get us the machines now. Politics aside, Republicans and Democrats, politics aside, get the machines, get the supplies, get the masks to the people. No questions asked, right? Now is not the time to play politics between Republicans and Democrats. Get the aid, get the help yesterday, folks. That's why I really like Cuomo. He speaks in very simple language that you can understand. They say he should be the president, he should be the leader. Heart Donor said, it's an agenda. Tell me about the agenda. Sharif Salah, Circle K hiring. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for sharing that. So listen up, Sharif Salah shared a good one. Circle K is hiring now for $16.75. Ladies and gentlemen, I had a really, really good conversation with probably the second biggest law firm that's taking on Uber and Lyft Potter handy. I had a conference call with their attorneys this morning. I explained to them our world, the driver world. I explained to them the social media world. They are obviously a very set institution, a law firm that's been around forever. And we're finding creative ways of working together, myself and them. We're not going to meet in person. We decided to hold telephonic meetings twice a day for the next week. I have challenged them to come up with a series of 10 videos that will really address drivers. How can they look, if you go through the labor department, right, and you file a claim, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to wait up to 2 years. You need money now, right? So I would rather hook up with an attorney who goes out there with a bat or a hammer and gets me money quickly and give up a portion of that. If you are unemployment is one thing, right? You can go in two directions. You can go into you were misclassified in California, and you can run to EDD, unemployment in California. But you can run to unemployment in all 50 states right now. That's $600 a week times 4 weeks, that's a month, times a minimum of 4 months. When it comes to damages that you are owed, for example, in California, you can claim up to 4 years. It's a lot of money, right? It's a lot of money. And I will leave those links. I've left those links in several videos. I will leave them for you again. I'll make another video about this. Go over there. Do mention my name, Rideshare Professor. Even if you're out of state, from another state, they will hook you up and they will represent you. Get money in your pockets now, right? Because right now, you're probably not earning much cash. You are probably not earning much money. Some people are out there doing a few little food deliveries here and there, but I'm guessing the majority of us are at home, right? Chilling, buying time. Is that right? I mean, are most of us at home? Abstract Echo, Jimmy, I'm super proud of you. He says, I just sent off the paperwork this morning. Whoop, 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 whoop. Another victory. Alex Ross, being an Uber or Lyft driver, what are the qualifications for unemployment? You qualified. You're a gig worker, right? There is a provision in this $2 million stimulus that covers you as an independent contractor. You covered, Alex. So go to that link. What state are you in, Alex? You contact the unemployment bureau, and you say, "Hey, I'm an independent contractor. I've worked for Uber and Lyft. Tell me what I need to do." And you file for that. That $600 per week, right? Times 4 weeks, times 4 months is coming your way. Just make sure it will help if you have your 2018 and 2019 taxes filed. If you haven't filed your 2019 taxes, by the way, there is an extension till July 2020 to file that, right? They gave you an extension, so you can still file that. But take care of the necessary paperwork, right? Which is very easy. Hey, 2018, I made this. I drove so many miles. 2019, I made this. I drove so many miles, right? Get it in so that you can get that money coming. And my message to one of those trolls yesterday, Michael S., who said, I did not know what I was talking about. Michael S., firstly, talk is cheap from the sidelines, from the peanut gallery. I don't see you out there rallying thousands of drivers and getting the links out there and putting out help. So before you bark and chirp and shit from above, from your tree, make sure you have your own household together, right? He wrote a couple of nasty grams yesterday. And, those are the people who like to bitch and moan in these type of times. By the way, I cannot resolve every case for every driver. I can say, here are the websites, here's the information, here are the links, go and make the phone calls, go to those links, start filling out the paperwork. And then, it's like learning by doing, right? Learning by doing, learning by doing. All I say is initiate your process. What's good for you, right? Sandy, at your service, does anyone know the link for New Jersey for unemployment? I will put that link underneath this video afterwards, okay? When you go to that link, there's a pull-down menu for all 50 states. You just go to New Jersey, click on it. It has everything there. David J says, I have a Chevy Suburban, and I did a Postmates ride yesterday, got $7.70 for 8 miles. Pretty brutal. Now, I have a few of those Chevy Suburbans. I know they're gas guzzlers. You do the math, my friend. The time, the miles, that is pretty brutal. Should have paid you at least double that, and then a good tip. Why are people not tipping right now? Why are they not tipping? If you are out there and doing this type of service for them, why are people not tipping? Bobby Z in the house. Hello, my brother. Good to see you here, my friend. You know, to see people here, to see the faces that I know, that's a wonderful thing. You know, Truth Warrior, amen to you, my brother. Because just to see you guys here, I know that you're well, that you're alive, that you're engaged, that you're participating, and that you're putting really good information out there, right? And I'm grateful for that. Let's see. Bill Sam. If anybody gets W-2 and does Lyft Uber as a side gig, the law says they can't file for unemployment. Well, if your company is still paying you a salary, Bill, and you're still on their payroll, then obviously no. But let's say that company, you're on that W-2, you're working for the company, you're doing the Uber as a side gig, right? The company closes its doors, you're unemployed, you know, then you literally fall into two categories. The one, are you making up to $75,000 with that W-2 in that employment scenario with your employer? Well, then you get that $1,200 check plus $500 for each kid. Or did you lose that and you lost your Uber job? You want to do the calculation. You might even end up getting more money by filing for, and I say this carefully, I haven't done the math, but it's you've lost your job, you stop driving. You want to do the math here. How do you, I don't know if you get the 1,200 plus the 600 each month or one or the other. And those questions can only be answered by the state. I don't want to pretend like I know those questions, so I'm not even going to start making assumptions here. I'm saying it's an interesting scenario if you working for a company during the day and you're driving part-time at night, company folds, lets you go, you stop driving because of the coronavirus, go to the state and say, this is the scenario. Lost my job, stopped driving because of the coronavirus. How do I get the help? What can I apply for? Chris Bowman's in the house. How are you? Truth Warrior says, I had food delivered last week and tipped the driver $7 on a $13 order. Amen. It's sad that the driver, right? A driver has to take care of a driver, because you're a driver acting as a rider or as an individual person ordering food. You know that tipping is essential. You have that mentality of the driver, right? You know we are a service, just like a waiter in a restaurant should be getting 20%. Passengers, unfortunately, don't know that, especially pool passengers, especially passengers that do shared rides. The worst tippers in the world. Worst tippers in the world. Hard Donor says, yes, including the miles you have to travel to go to the destination of the food pickup. Correct. So, correct. I didn't even mention those. You're absolutely right. So, not only the delivery, but also the excursion, get the food, go to the person. Add up all those miles, all that time. And in that case, in that Suburban, you're paid $7.70 for that round trip, less your gas. How much am I really making? Probably $3, $4. Bobby C says, I will not drive anymore because I think Uber is incompetent towards drivers and health period. Look, I think this is the universe sort of injecting itself into our lives and saying, hey, be smart, be vigilant, get through this, right? Work together and make really good choices once you are through this. So I truly believe this is the universe guiding and helping us to better things. This is a very, very challenging task that's been put before us by the universe. That's the way I see this. And I always say, hey, universe, guide me on this. These are my intentions. This is what I want to do. I have a family. Guide me through this, right? And it's more a spiritual request. Doesn't mean you're sitting there on your knees or you're praying to Allah, you're praying to God, you're praying to the Buddha, whatever. It doesn't matter what religion you are. Everyone has the ways of getting through it. The way I look at it is say, okay, universe, guide me. Spirit, guide me through this, right? That's the way I get the best results. And again, I respect anyone and everyone. Even if you're an atheist and you don't believe in God, it's fine with me. You have your specific way, you as an individual, how you get through this, right? I'm just asking that whatever way that is that whatever the higher power that you believe in, whether it's spiritual, whether it's God, Jesus, Allah, Buddhas, whatever it is, I just ask that higher power takes care of you in the best way for you, right? A little bit off the topic, but you know what I mean. Dara douchebag is really looking bad in the public eye when this is all over. Listen. Let me. Mark Cuban says corporations. Mark Cuban, multi-billionaire, smart guy, owner of the Dallas Mavericks, owner of several companies. Mark Cuban said that what we do now, moving into the future, people will judge companies. People will judge companies by what they did in these trying times. So if you pull through this and you look at 2021, you look back and you say to yourself, what did Uber do during these times? It's going to have a detrimental effect, Mark Cuban, and I quote him, it'll have a detrimental effect on a company if they showed poor behavior in these times, if they showed poor behavior towards their workforce. His own words. So it's how you treat people in these times, how you take care of them. No need to be greedy, right? It's how you take care of people in these times. That is how your brand will be judged in the future. Namaste. Sharel, God is too big to fit inside any one religion. That's why I call God the universe. I like that. Gotta borrow that line. Super cool. So I just heard right now, 1 hour ago, it says that Instacart gig workers are threatening to strike, demanding hazard pay. Now that's a good thing, right? Every single company should be paying this, right? No matter what you want to call it, hazard pay or danger pay, right? When I was in the army for 2 years, when I was put in certain dangerous regions for 3 or 4 months, highly dangerous regions, I got what they call a danger pay, right? It's like you have your normal army salary, which is nothing, but then you had like a bonus. It's called danger pay. And I'm very proud to see Instacart gig workers threaten to strike, demanding hazard pay. Uber should be paying hazard pay. Lyft should be paying hazard pay. Uber Eats should be paying hazard pay. Postmates should be paying hazard pay. DoorDash should be paying hazard pay. Instacart should be paying hazard pay. And the list goes on, right? So step up and build in that provision. You have a food delivery and there's an add-on, hazard pay. You have, God forbid, you driving a passenger, there's a hazard pay, right? A lead organizer for the planned Monday walkout says the grocery delivery company isn't taking care of workers on the front lines of the coronavirus pandemic. This is the company here that I have around my neck here. Maybe we should tighten the neck on them a little bit like this, right? Really, really tighten it. Walkout strike so that they have to act and pay you. Okay, we'll pay. You'll pay? Okay, good. Pay hazard pay. Chris Bowman, do we need to completely stop driving to collect unemployment? I'm just coming into the conversation. I believe so. Yes, I believe so. And don't drive, my friend. If you are going to do driving, do food deliveries. Please, 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 please do not go and drive some person that gets in your car, it's coughing. The other guy, there was a guy from overseas, the guy in New York drove and the guy was coughing blood. He said, oh my God, coughing blood, you must have the coronavirus. I'm stopping now. A few weeks later, that driver's dead. Rudy Nagura, my wife signed up last night with Instacart with Professor's Code and she has 2 jobs today. Well, that makes me proud. And once she reaches that target, Rudy, reach out because I'm giving part of my commission back, right? No need to be greedy here, my friends. So today I will be making another video about this here, Potter Handy. I just put a couple of videos out there. The videos of the guys that I put out this morning, yes, they are very poor quality. I asked the company, I said, please invest into a good camera. I want high-end videos from you guys now, right? And they said, we're so sorry, we have a bad camera, it was poor quality. So please forgive us for that. Of course, they are forgiven. They're amazing guys. They're fighting for us. They will make me a series of about 10 videos. I want to get money into your pockets quickly, right? That is what we were talking about. And this link here, my friend, if you are in California, just go and calculate what, because of that misclassification, they owe you money and you get paid. These guys are settling cases, right? They're settling cases in California. They're getting you money. Yeah, Bill Sam, we pray for Italy. We pray for the world, my friend. Italy had 900 death count today. United States is past that. United States is over 1,000 already. I believe, carefully saying those numbers, but I believe that the United States has surpassed 1,000. United States, as of yesterday, officially has the highest amount of contracted coronavirus people out there. And they cannot get their hands on ventilators. Shame on those people above. Start building these ventilators and whatever these machines are yesterday. Crank it up, right? Ziggy 007 says, I got quarantined by the VA, had a pass from Brazil, then I have symptoms. I'm high risk, 65, COPD. Dude, I want to see you in my channel. Don't leave me, okay? Whatever we can do to help you. Guys, do you still have sanitizers left? Do you have spray? Whatever you go, if you go out there, if you're getting deliveries on Amazon, spray those boxes. I spray the shit out of those boxes, right? So, there's a Dara bug. Oh, there's a Logan Green bug. I saturate those boxes, at least where you open it up, right? Spray down where you're cutting it open. Got my gloves there, you know, got my medical gloves. La, 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 la. Where's my medical box over here? Where's my medical box, Leon? Here it is, right? Got my medical gloves. Right here, Professor's kitted out. Anybody need some? Right? There we go. See? Pull one out after every little excursion. You know, Blue Man, does the guys know the Blue Man group? That's me. Right here, Professor has joined the Blue Man Group. Unfortunately, the Blue Man Group are not performing in Vegas anymore. Shows closed down. Vegas is dead. So my employment with the Blue Man Group is over. It's over, right? George from Philly. I left driving, one, because to get sick for a few dollars, not worth it. Now maybe everyone will come together for a great change. Thank you. Amen, George. You hit the nail on the head, brother. He summed it up right there. This is what's going to rally us together. This is what's going to pull us together. John Tabasco said, people, please listen to the prayer. Professor, you are jeopardizing your family's life. It's not worth it. Stop driving and file unemployment. This bill was passed for you. The only thing that you have to make sure right now is that you at least have, let's say, 2018 or 2019 taxes filed, which I believe is not a prerequisite, right? It's not a do or die that you have to have 2018 and 2019 taxes filed, right? It will help you. It'll help get those payments much faster to you if you do have those 18 and 19 filed. But it's not the absolute necessity. Don't think now, oh, because I don't have 2018 and 2019 filed, I better not apply. You apply, you qualify. A posh Fernando Fidalgo says a posh store in Toronto named Pusateri's jacked the price of wipes from $5 to $29 and got called out by our premier, and the public raged. Send me the link to them. We'll expose them. These are the people that should not be taking advantage, right? I'll tell you something. For these medical gloves, right, I paid 3 times the price, right? But, you know, I think they were sort of retailing usually for $7, right? And I think I paid $21. But are they being arseholes? Yes. Are they taking advantage of me? Yes. But is my life, or is my family's life, my fiance's family life, that's more important than the $21 to me, so I pay. But those type of arseholes, like that company in Toronto, they need to be exposed. Let's let Pussateri. Why do you think you are posh and you call Pussateri? Do you think you have to up it from $5 to $29? You are criminal. You criminals. Opportunistic assholes, as Fernando correctly said. Send me the link, brother. No, cool. Doesn't matter if it's not related to rideshare. It's good that we see that, acknowledge that, and expose that. Mike Venegas, yes, I'm talking to a couple of YouTubers to start a GoFundMe for Peterson to pay for his hospital bills. Yeah, we need to get something going. I hope he has covered California, or he has some sort of medical insurance. I really do. If he doesn't, then it's going to get really, really expensive. Randy, I nicked a box of gloves off my former employer today when I picked up my last paycheck. Whoop, whoop. Well done, Granny. I mean, they have many. Why not? Ethan Smith in the house, still working, and Leo's school is still open. We're not affected by COVID-19. Keto. We'll get through this, my friend. Come over here. Want to say hi? Good. What are you doing? You got your look? I'm part of the Blue Man Group. You're also wearing blue. Are you part of ET Phone Home?
What's the Blue Group?
The Blue Man Group is like a group in Vegas. They do these performances, but these are medical gloves. Medical gloves are always blue.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. Yeah.
So that's Danu.
Hello.
That's the youngest of my fiance. She likes to inject herself into these live streams, and she's a big you're a big TikTok person, right?
Yes.
She makes all these TikTok videos, right?
Yeah.
I think one day you're going to make more money than Dustin and myself combined if you can become like a huge TikTok star. Okay.
Okay.
School is out. Why is school over so early?
Wait, it's 12. School ends at 12.
School ends at 12?
Yeah.
Dude, I better speak to your principal and your teachers. I thought school ends at 2.
For us, it ends at 12.
I need to talk to that principal. I'm going to make a phone call. You need to send you back to home school till 2 o'clock.
Okay.
It's unacceptable that you're on holiday at 12 o'clock and then you coming over here and having fun and I can't have fun.
Okay.
Okay. Adios.
Okay.
Boom. Yeah. This will be the same lawyers that will represent me in a massive, massive lawsuit against Uber. As you guys know, I have 2 cases against Uber. One small one, one mega big one. Danard Hollingworth, Florida isn't going back to business until Disney says so. Yeah, I hope that Disney is smart and doesn't pull the trigger too fast, right? Just be patient, right? Why the need to open everything up? Just rather get the numbers down and get through this. I'd rather be safe than sorry. Jeff Kuhn, been driving since October 2014. I stopped 3 weeks ago. Trump's virus gave a good reason to stop. We must take care of ourselves, San Diego. Jeff Kuhn. Thank you for sharing, my friend. P. Charan, Uber and Lyft has made taxi business like a welfare program by bringing the price so low. Passengers are addicted to free, cheap rides. Forget about tips. Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, Uber and Lyft have truly, truly hurt the taxi industry, right? The taxi industry used to have pretty much standards in pricing, pretty much up here. And then in come Uber and Lyft, undercut, and completely destroy the pricing, right? And that I'm sure taxi drivers are hurt big time from that. Thanks, Darius. Appreciate you. And peaceful life. Gotcha. I hear you. Jamar, what if you was on the verge of getting taxes done, but still not ready to file? Well, for 2019, you got an extension. Sorry, for 2009, you obviously got an extension until July 2020, right, to file. So you have enough time to file. If you filed for 2018, you're fine. Diecast 3D Printing Guys is currently making 3D masks for my medical staff with my personal machines. That's fantastic. Just make sure that they meet those qualifications, right? That's important. It's like, there's many ways to make masks, right? I can make masks out of bandanas, but are they effective? Will they work? Exactly, Ryan Sullivan. They said they use the previous year if you haven't filed, which is 100% correct. All right, let's pump up those thumbs up. I'm going to try and wrap it up at 60 minutes. Got a lot to do, more videos. Let's get it up to at least 40. Desmond Embrock, 100 thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. Awesome. I like your creativity. Diecast says, yep, only $1.50 a piece and then use medical grade inserts for pennies on the dollar. Amazing. Amazing stuff, my friend. Smash, like Dustin says, smash the like button. Oh, and by the way, I did go out and I did buy a, oh yeah, I did get one of these. I made all these different things yesterday. Keto, can I get a few prayers, please? Not feeling well. Prayers for keto. Send in prayers. Yep. So, didn't really want to reveal that hat right now because I have a very, very, very funny video coming up. Very funny. And I guess it'll be in about a week's time because I'm waiting on one product still to arrive. When that product arrives, I think it'll be one of my funniest videos. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So it's going to be a combination of the hat, the product, and a funny topic. I'm pretty sure it'll go viral. Jason Hong. Amazing Jason checking in from Illinois. Shout out to Illinois. Jason, hope you're safe. Hope your family is well. Oh my God, listen to Abstract Echo. Laura, listen to this joke. For your information, if you don't have any toilet paper, coffee filters will work, but it does affect the taste of the coffee. Good. He's always got funny jokes. I like it. Yeah, gas in Cali is pretty decent at the moment. All right, my friends, we're on 40 thumbs up. If you can rally one last time, that'll be great. And then I'm out of here. We're over 1 hour. What's up?
We're all hungry.
Oh, she's angry?
Hungry.
You hungry? So why don't you make food if you're hungry? Good. That's what you do. You have a stove, you have pans,
Yeah.
you have oil, and you've got a well-stocked fridge. Go and make food. Just don't put the water on, because then I die. Abstract Echo says, thank you. I'm here all week. Remember to tip your waitress. There's no waiters or waitresses. They're out of jobs right now, sadly. Right, there's only takeout deliveries. Desmond Embrack, have a good one. Peace out, Diecast. All right, thank you. We hit the 1 hour mark. And my message here to, what's his name? Mr. Desperado, Pierre-Dimitri Gore-Coty. I want you guys to think twice before you, James, thank you. Before you sign up with Uber Eats, just remember, once bitten, twice shy. Remember how the company treated you. Never forget that. And remember what the company did for you during these times before you sign up with Uber Eats. That's my message to desperate Pierre-Dimitri Gore-Coty, who is on his hands and knees begging you to sign up for Uber Eats. You don't deserve our help, my friend. You certainly haven't done anything for us. Anyways, peace out, my friends. Have a good one. Adios. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye. Au revoir. Sherelle, thank you. We're all in this together. We'll get through this together. Bye, everyone.